Let's see what's down here. Got more of these sentry bots moving side to side. Take you out now. One of the things that's kind of challenging is the way Jason's gun is pointed. Because he aims on the right side of his body, it's off-centered, so sometimes it can get kind of difficult aiming the enemy if they're not directly in front of you or to the side. And the grenades just shoot out in a straight line, but they're so close range, sometimes it just doesn't even matter. Okay, so we got our curved shots back. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this part. There might be something else here. Or I could just get hit again and lose everything. Okay. Man, they really like throwing these pink guys at me. Seems like grenades are the fastest way to deal with them if you don't have the wave. And these guys... Sentry lasers. They can't hit you from the side, so it's pretty easy to just come up on them sideways and... Oh boy, alright. See if maybe I'll get lucky and they'll drop some gun power-ups for me. Nope. About you? Nope. Oof, was close. Nope. Man, really striking out with that. Alright. So this will get me to full. I got my wave back. So that'll be helpful. If I can keep that for the level 6 boss, I'll be in really good shape. That boss is familiar, yet more challenging. We'll see when we get there. But, well, that was a worthwhile dungeon to hit. We'll see if I can keep it. It'd be nice to be able to keep the powered up weapon up to the last 3 bosses of the game, but we'll see. If I can get through level 6 and keep this to level 7, I think the level 7 boss is probably going to give me the most trouble out of all of them so far. Just based on what I remember from that fight, it's level 7 boss is tough. It's a tough customer. But we will get there. I burn up all the Thunder Break that I just got from that dungeon. Okay, so now we're back at the start of Area 5. If you recognize the blocks here, this is where we fell down as Sophia when we didn't have the upgrades. So now we're able to progress up, and the way forward is through... I believe it's through here, so we'll find out. It's either through here or through that part I was just passing by. Ah, nope. This is it. Area 6. See? I told you it was cool. So now, ice level. And this level traversing is pretty challenging. Just because your footing in the tank is constantly sliding. So it's definitely a challenging spot to be in. And here is where my memory starts to get a little bit fuzzy. I think I remember how to get to the boss. I remember what the area looks like. It's a a little bit fuzzy, so we'll just have to muddle through it. I think I have to head up and to the left. Nope, that's a dungeon. So up and to the right. And I don't need to stop at any of the dungeons since I'm already full up on gunpowder. Oh man, that did a ton of damage. Wow, okay. I need to be careful of those guys. A couple volleys of those bombs will kill me instantly. Up to this point, I've been able to get away with sort of being careless as the tank and just sort of plowing through things, but from this point on, the game starts getting serious. And it definitely pays to be cautious in a lot of these areas. Thankfully, the area down here isn't a hazard spot, it doesn't kill me. But I still need to be careful. So taking unnecessary damage is something I want to avoid. Thankfully, I have my sub-weapons, and homing missiles are pretty good for sniping at things that are out of the way, so I don't have to pick any unnecessary fights. So I think I want to go... Yeah, if I remember correctly. I think this way is to a dungeon? Yeah, there's a dungeon in here. So I don't need it. I can head up and to the right. I think all of my progression will be up and to the right. I just have to be careful and make sure I don't slide off of the platform onto the spikes. Just have to pay attention and we should be okay. These sort of... I don't know what they are. They're like wall-walking jellyfish. They will ruin my day, so I need to be careful of them. And mind my jumps, because if I fall, as you saw when I was in that last part, there are spikes at the bottom. And if I don't have hover, then I will basically be stuck. So I just need to take my jumps carefully. Whew, alright. Watch out for mines. We should be getting pretty close to the boss room. Is it through here? Not quite. I think it is at the top. Oh man, grubs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's just spikes at the bottom and I don't want to find out. Since I'm on my last life, if I die, I'm stuck back at the beginning of the level, so I'll try and avoid that. I believe I need to head to the right. Yes. I believe this is the way to the boss. Ow. Giving me power-ups here, which is nice. I think this is the way to the boss. Let's find out. Yeah, this looks familiar. I think I need to keep heading up and to the right. These little claw cannon guys, which we saw in Area 2, show up here again to cause trouble. Yeah, I think this is the right way. With all the tricky footing. Just need to make it through here. couple more screens. I believe. I could be totally wrong. Okay. Still looks familiar. I know at some point there's a shortcut that leads back to the beginning of the level, I believe. But I think I gotta get all the way through here first. And then once I beat the boss, I can circle back to the beginning of the level. I think. Like I mentioned before, this is pretty late in the game, so my memory is not quite clear. That might be the shortcut on the left. So we will find out. Okay, yeah. I remember this. So you have to shoot the blocks out to make a path up to there, and I believe that's the boss dungeon up here. Way up in the upper right corner.